Well, all confidence is gone. I would be surprised if this is not our last episode here at Dagenham and Redbridge. I've already had the board meeting to give 1 month to update it. We might even be fired in this episode. Hey there, it's Mike. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 of Up the Ladder here, managing at Dagenham and Redbridge. But the question is, how much longer will we be here? Because since we were last together, we did lose 3-0 to Harrogate, and I cannot buy a goal. 3-0 loss to Harrogate in our last episode. We went on to lose 1-0 to Boston United, drew 0-0, 0-0 to Eastleigh, lost 1-0 to Weymouth, drew 0-0 to Kings Lynn. We had the entire first month of the season without scoring a goal. Until finally, Mitchell Curry scores in the 92nd minute of our match against Torquay in a 4-1 loss, where we played quite well that game. You can't see probably behind my head, but Elliot Justman, our goaltender, had a 6.2. Actually, I wanted to bring up the stats for this match. We had 15 shot attempts, 5 on target with an XG of 1.77 versus their 7 shots on target, 4 hitting the net, and of course all 4 of those going in with a .93 XG. And that's been the story of our season. We ended up finally salvaging a draw, a 2-2 draw against Fylde, who just got promoted from the Panorama North League below us, and that is where we have sat. I believe it was after the Weymouth loss that we had the 1 month meeting, which means after our game against our old friends at Chorley. That's when the month is up, and since then we've had a loss and 2 draws. So I think we'll probably get fired, but we'll see how it goes. All of that, of course, has left us at the bottom of the league on 3 points, tied with Weymouth and Sulahill Moors, with 3 draws and 4 losses. A -8 goal differential, as we have only scored 3 goals all season so far, and those coming in our last 2 games. So things aren't looking great for us. The transfer news is that we did end up selling Mohamed Sagaf. I said that Crawley was interested in them, and that if they offered, I'd probably sell them, and they did offer. So we had brought him in on a free a while back from Carlisle. Not really appearing too much for us. Sold him for 10.5k, and I don't know if this one had gone through last time we're together, but we have signed on a transfer. No, I think we did. Okay. Anyways, we're on to our first match here against Maidenhead, who were relegated from League 2 down, and they are also struggling, sitting in at 19th place. So hopefully we can turn something around here. We are going to go attacking because we need to get some goals. And this is how we're lining up. We did a tactic change because our other 2 tactics weren't working. We are now playing 4-2-4 wide as we continue our wing play, and we needed strikers up front because we weren't scoring. So Justin remains in net because we have no other option. Lewis Payne comes in on the right-hand side. Actually, I'm going to switch that because he also hasn't been playing well. Kelly Evans will come in on the right-hand side. John and Waterfall in the center D. Antoine has not been good this year so far, but again, we don't have very many options out left, so he remains out left. McCourt plays as our ball-winning midfielder. He was awful our first few games and has really turned it around the last couple games. Charlie Adams has been one of our better midfielders, so he comes in at center mid. So Nupe comes in on the right mid because he also, I brought him in due to injuries, and he has been one of our best players since then. Jonathan Rowe still trying to get his feet here. He's one of our top signings we made. He comes in at the left. And Wilson will play as the target man with Curry as the poacher, because Curry's been playing well up there, just not scoring, and McCallum has not been playing well, so we're trying to switch it up with Wilson being in there. And that is how we are lining up to start here against Maidenhead, and we really need a win. As I say here, we just really need a win. real bad. So hopefully we can get it here against Maidenhead as we kick off and hope that the misery doesn't keep piling on us. We have a offside, it looks like, for Shepherd. Win it in the air. Rowe will bring it down. Rowe will carry it forward. Will shoot from range and just miss the net. And that is the first highlight and we don't hit the net, which is again a summary of our season. Evans has the free kick. He will kick it up to Wilson, who will lose out to Gomez, but it comes back to Wilson, or to Evans, who heads it, and Wilson loses in the air again. McCourt will pass it over to Sanupe. Sanupe will dribble it into Wilson's feet this time. Wilson will try to get it Curry, but he gets tackled. Comes back to John. John will play it into Kelly Evans. Evans will play it across to McCourt into Sanupe. I don't know, this looks really quick right now. Sanupe was going to get it down that right-hand side. He will cross it over to Rowe, but Henry will cut it off, and it'll come back to Antoine, who will play it forward into Wilson, who again can't win it in the air. Some target man, McCourt into Antoine. This is a long highlight. Headed again, cleared as we just try to pop it in the air through. McCourt will put it up into Curry, who will get a foot on it and put it over the net, but he's offside. A very long highlight just for the offside chance, and wasn't even that good of a chance because he missed the net. Anyway, and it continues on in this first half with probably a good summary of both sides' season so far. Shots, but nothing on target, and nothing really threatening so far. We have a throw in as Antoine throws it to Waterfall, a little dangerous there. Comes back to Antoine, who will launch it forward to Curry, who loses in the air. It goes over to Campbell as Maidenhead comes to attack back onto us. He holds it up, gets it over the Cresswell. Down the right to Kabiru, who will dribble across, and he will get tackled by Antoine for the penalty. And this is our season so far. Penalty for Maidenhead. Cresswell will step up, take the shot, pretty much straight at Justin, who will just let it in, and they go up 1-0. We're going to change some instructions because direct is obviously not working, as just nothing is happening with it. And we're going to make those quick changes. And who needs to see a highlight of that again? Why is he marking? Oh, I should pause this, sorry. Says Addo's getting drawn, trying to mark, so don't mark. The instruction is closing them down, isn't saying anything about marking. So we fix that. And again, we have another shot attempt that misses, and now they have a free kick. We'll pass it over to Murch. Murch will launch it forward. John will win that in the air over to Rowe. Rowe will carry that into the center of the field, where he will keep possession of it. He keeps dribbling. He'll pass it back to Sanupe, who will come down on that right-hand side. Looks for the cross. It gets blocked, but he'll pick it up again, and he will pass it back to Kelly Evans, who will get the cross in. It falls to Rowe, who gets shot blocked, but it bounces to Curry, who will put it in for his second of the season. 2 goals in the season makes him our leading scorer almost 2 months in. So it just kind of bounces around in there. Sanupe will pass it back to Evans, who will put the cross in. Their center defender there misses it, falls to Rowe, who gets his shot saved. It bounces around for a little bit before Mitch Curry will put her in, and we are back at tied at 1 apiece. But we need a win is what we need, as we are still sitting in bottom of the league in 24th on draws. And that is the end of the half. We look at our XG's 1.37. We've had more of the attack, and again, this has been the entirety of our season. Not happy with your playmaking. Make the difference. And we just have a demotivated side who will not get motivated. And some poor performances so far out there by Antoine. Wilson hasn't been good. John hasn't been the greatest. Actually, his rating say he hasn't been greatest, but he's been winning things in the air. So I don't know if the rating completely reflects how he's been doing, but we are already well into this match, almost at the 65th minute, with nothing else happening except for more shot attempts for us not hitting the net. 66, we are going to move to work the ball into the box, and we will make some some substitutions here. McCallum gets a chance to prove that he should be back in the squad coming in off the bench for Wilson, who hasn't been great. We will bring in Aiden Steele for Charlie Adams, who was our other star signing, and see if those two can make the difference in some attacking punch for us here. As we come soon into the 72nd minute, still not a whole lot happening at 75. We are going to, well, we already are attacking, so we are going to push higher up. Go slightly more direct. And we will demand more from our side, which they didn't like. They're just, I don't know what to do with this side. But McCallum does have the throw in. Into Rowe. Rowe will lose the ball, and Maidenhead will come back the other way, kind of. They pass back to their center back, who will launch it forward. Waterfall does well to clear that out, but only as far as their right back. It comes into Edwards, who has the weakest shot, and Justin just kind of falls next to it. And it goes in, and we're down 2-1 in the 82nd minute. I just don't know what to do with this team. Dolan's going to come in for Sanupe. And hope we can turn something around here. As we see if anything else is going to happen for this game. Again, the XG is close on this one, but we are just not scoring. And we're going to lose this one 2-1 to Maidenhead. Thrash, no, we can't thrash on. We're going to point the finger. Our goaltender's been letting us down, midfield, and our finishing particularly has been letting us down. So hopefully we'll see if we move on to our game against Chorley, or if we get fired here. So stay tuned for that. All right, we still are in the job for now. Chorley, our old friends at Chorley, former club, might be the one that puts the nail in the coffin of our time at Dagenham and Redbridge. Here's how we're lining up. A bunch of changes because I am fed up with a bunch of the players and how they've been performing. First off, Cameron comes in for his first ever start for us here at Dagenham and Redbridge, as long as I've been in charge, because I am tired of just his very poor goalkeeping. Payne comes in on the right-hand side because Kelly Evans moves out to the left because Antoine has also been playing awfully. Waterfall and John have been good in the center D, so they remain in there. Our center midfield pairing changes to Evan Press as the ball-winning midfielder and Aiden Steele as the center midfielder. Dolan comes in on the left because Rowe is injured. Sanupe stays out on the right, and McCallum comes in for Wilson up front. And the goal scorer, our only goal scorer from last game, Curry, comes in or stays in at that poacher position. We're going to move Nance Finance forward, actually. See if that can make the difference. Actually, I got to change this. I want to go positive instead of attacking. And that is how we are lining up here against our old side at Chorley. Let's see who they've got still in their lineup. So, Dixon was one of our signings. Horton, still there, one of our signings. Younger, one of our signings. Allen Williams, one of our signings. Akers was our signing. Hilton's on the bench. Baines, Ebanks, Riley, Newby, all players who were there when we were there. So still fairly fairly similar squad to what we had. Do have a few players that their manager has brought in, so we'll see if that makes a difference. They're up in 12th. They were before last game down near the bottom with us here. So it's still early days, so you can make big jumps at the table. I mean, if we win this, we're still in the relegation zone, but we could be up into 22nd instead of bottom of the league. And that's what we really, really need. I almost feel at this point that even if we do win here, it might still be the end for me here, but we'll see. McCallum will throw it into Curry. Curry will cross it over to Snoopy, but that's a great lunge in there by Collins to get it out. Press will bring it down in that midfield back to John. John will play it all the way back to Cameron, who will come out and launch it forward to nobody in particular. But we do win the ball coming back. Curry will have it, and Curry will take the shot, and it goes right through Akers' hands and into the net. Very fortunate goal for us, but we need that kind of luck. And Akers just did a real Justin type play getting that ball. Kelly Evans just launches it forward. Curry was able to run onto it, and it goes right through the hands, right through the legs of Akers to put us up 1-0. Now the question is, can we score more to secure it, and can we keep solid enough defensively at the back to keep this lead? McCallum with the throw-in will throw it straight to their player, to Williams. But it comes out to Kelly Evans, who will carry it and will shoot from a distance and just miss the net, giving the goal kick to Chorley. So we have been all over them this game, but that provides no confidence. There's so many games we've had a higher XG, more shot attempts, more on target, and still found a way to lose the match. A ball comes out to Williams, who will put it into Pitts as Chorley comes on the attack down that right-hand side, over to Ngandu at the top of the box, back out to Williams, who will cross it over. And there you go, just what I was saying. I believe that is probably Payne, who misses the header. And Collins puts it in with no trouble there, as it was a good passing play over there by Chorley. Comes out wide. Payne doesn't get close to the box. It doesn't even look like Collins shoots it. It just happens to come and bounces off of his shin, it looks like. Though the commentary says head. But we're tied at 1 apiece. And now Chorley has another throw in, another highlight. Horton will cross that over in, and Novak will put it in the net, and we are down 2-1 again in this match. I just don't know. I almost want to be fired at this point because there's nothing. I don't know what else I can do with this squad. Chorley coming again. Horton will pass it over to Dixon. Dixon will play it into Collins, who just, neither of our players even seem to want to get their foot on the ball. Like, it's the slowest pass coming in. And he just watches it go by. John just watches it go by, and Collins just has to tap into the back of the net. This is unbelievable here. Press has been awful. Dolling has been awful. We were making some subs at halftime. We're going to make 2 subs at halftime. Oh. Curry's going to come back into that right mid. Dolling's coming off because he's been woeful. Scott Wilson will come in. We'll switch. No, we'll keep it like that. And Charlie Adams will come in for Evan Press. 2 subs, 2 players who are 6.2 and 6.1, playing just awful. And hopefully that will switch up what we need to get back in this game, but I can tell you it is not promising it at all, and I think we're probably saying goodbye to Dagenham and Redbridge here. Cameron has our kick off the offside. Payne will eventually get that ball down to Curry. Curry will find Sanupe way out left. Sanupe will bring it down and gets his cross blocked. And it comes only as far as Adams, though. Curry will play a great pass into Wilson, who will hit the post. How did he manage to miss that? Question of our season, I tell you. Williams throws it in for Chorley. It comes back out to Williams, who will cross it. Adams gets there headed out, but only as far as Forna, who will put it out wide again to Williams, who will cross it in. John will clear it out again. It comes over to McCallum, who is able to flick that on to no one. Dixon will put it across, but Kelly Evans will intercept that up to Wilson, who will bring it down nicely with a great touch. Gets past his man, comes down the left-hand side, dribbles in and shoots and hits the outside of the post, because we don't have strikers who can hit the flipping net. 70th minute, we will make another substitution here. I mean, I guess we will bring in Rowe on that left-hand side. And again, I could not find a striker this season is the problem. It's one of the problems. Adams will intercept that. He's going to get that out to Wilson. Wilson will carry it down that left-hand side again before he cuts in and shoots. And this time, he hits the net finally for his first goal of the season. And we are just 1 goal back here. We are pushing up higher. Got to try to win that ball back to get ourselves back in this game. Adams will intercept that ball in the midfield play. Nice ball down to the left to Wilson, who will just take the space he has, not closed down quick enough by their striker, and has actually finally a great finish to put that ball into the net to put us at 3-2 on the counterattack. 80 minutes left. We've got 10 minutes to salvage a draw out of here. A draw. We need wins. John will pass it into Adams. Adams will go out to Payne. Payne down the line to Curry. Curry, who's looked good on that right-hand side, will cross it to no one. And now Chorley comes back the other way. Adams will win that ball. Adams is looking good in the midfield now here. Over to Rowe. Rowe will take the shot and the save by Akers, who is just able to put it over with the power. Off of the corner, Curry will put it in. Rowe can't win that in the air, and Chorley might now be on the counter attack as they play it down to Pitts, who will carry it down that right-hand side, beat Waterfall there, and continues down that right-hand side. Evans will win that ball, though, and clear it out, and ends the highlight there. Free kick now here for Chorley. Dixon will put it in. Comes to Novak, who will volley it over the net. But it looks like we are going to go down 3-2 to our former club. One more highlight as Younger will put it into Dixon. Dixon will lose out to... Adams put in a good tackle but couldn't get control of the ball. Comes to Novak, who will put it out wide to Collins as Chorley comes back on the attack. Cross blocked, but it only goes as far as Dixon, who puts it in Gandu, who shoots from a distance, and Cameron gets his hands on it and puts it over the net. This is probably going to be the last play of the game. It's a corner kick for Chorley as it comes near post. And it goes out, cleared out to Rowe, who will carry it down the right-hand side up to Curry, and that is the end of the game there. And we played better, I guess, trying to crawl back in the end there, but nothing doing. We're going to pop forward a couple to see if I get fired, because it has been about the month mark since they gave me my ultimatum. So we'll see what happens. If we get to the Scunthorpe game without getting fired, then we will stop it there and come back when I either get fired or we'll see a game in the future. But I would be surprised if we make it past the Scunthorpe game, even, because they're first in the league. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got fired before the Scunthorpe game. It's taking a while to load. I feel like that might be the sign that it's registering that we are going to be unemployed. Where I can insert a drum roll here, maybe. Oh, we moved on to the next day, still in the job, according to the top there. Lots of things happening in the football world, apparently, during this time. Oh, we jump right to the next day. Okay, so far. Okay, it's saying that Scunthorpe could be a decisive match. We are on a 9-game without a win. 9 is the record for not winning for this side, so it's not looking good. I'm going to play Scunthorpe off camera, and when we come back, we will either turn things around and probably still be in our job here at Dagenham and Redbridge. Otherwise, we will come back for the... We'll do Bath and we'll do Barnet. Just random games that I'm picking, but that when we come back. Please like the video to celebrate that we are somehow still in this job. Subscribe to get more videos, like when the video comes out, when I'm inevitably fired, I'm sure. And we will see you next time on Up the Ladder, maybe at Dagenham and Redbridge, but probably unemployed.